Hi Pisces, the Awakened Dreamer here to give you a tarot reading for your next 48 hours. Thank you so much for joining me. Do keep in mind this is general, so just take what resonates. But as well, thank you in advance for your love and support on this channel. But I'm hearing you know what to do. But anyways, do keep in mind as well, this is meant to pertain to the following 48-hour period for you, beginning around when you were guided or drawn to this reading, not just following when I post it. But we're going to begin by pulling from the Spellcasting Oracle deck, and then we'll use the Silver Tarot for more clarification, to speak more upon the next 2 days for you, and then stick with me till the end to get some additional charm messages, all right, or confirmation of the messages. Wow, as I struggle to say that. For my beautiful Pisces for the next 48. For Pisces. It feels like you're trying to figure something out at times. A little bit perplexed. For Pisces. Okay. There's a need to recognize how much or to remember how much you have on your plate, needing to potentially lighten your load. Not everything needs to be accomplished within that one day, this 1 week, right? Put off what you can and accomplish what feels necessary. At times, feeling as if you want to explode, or feeling as if other people around you are taking on that way of being at times, and you could be picking up on their energy if you're empathic. But I do feel as if there is truly a need for peace at this time. Let me move this over, bear with me. The organizer, the cleaning up side of you will come to be. There's a need to have compassion with oneself, but others as well, all right? Yes, peace taking place, but all the meanwhile meant to be in a lighter way, your life purpose taking a center focus. As you transform, you see your world transform. And the next 48 hours, either you're experiencing travel or being pushed to plan for, to think about future travel, potentially even thinking back to some past travels. But at the very least, I feel there is a level of migrating, transportation, right? Taking the bus, the train, the car, you name it. But I do feel like some are going on a little trip. I just heard a trip of transformation. I do feel as if there's, again, movement throughout the next 48 hours for you, wanting more out of life and planning for it, or just going after it. There is just a focus on work, on your craft, your career, on your pentacle, if you look at the Queen of Pentacles. But I feel like you're not thoroughly enjoying what you're doing, even if you normally do. And there's something to learn. There's a lesson that will stem from that, okay? Your connection to the moon will need to take a focus at least at one point, if not multiple. Spiritual replenishment will be a part of your transformation. I'm hearing growth as well. Growth of a business, but also your individual growth needs to take a highlight. But feel peaceful all the meanwhile. If you're not feeling hopeful in the next 48 hours, we need to bring it on back. We're going to go with this one, the Devil, okay? And so I feel like there's, either a situation where there's a lot of noise, okay, where it feels unhealthy in energy, or it could be you just being reminded that you're overworked, all right? If you find yourself overthinking in the next 48 hours, try to simplify your mind as there's just, again, a need to keep things peaceful in your mind, heart, and soul. And when you can't fully control or adapt to the levels or the lack of peace around you at times, all right? I do feel like there's a reminder that things are falling into place. Thinking about, again, future travels, endeavors, a reminder in this 2-day period that you're meant for more than life has offered you up until this point, or presented you, but just there's just more to experience moving forward. I need to go through a level of healing potentially, or at the very least progress with your transformation, even if it feels a little bit nervous. I just feel as if there's some frustration as well at certain points, because you're meant to remember that where you're at isn't your final destination, okay? Where you're at isn't all that life is meant to be for you. There's more, okay? There is more. I do feel as if you just have a lot of choices, a lot of options. It could be just more so you accomplishing a lot or having a lot on your plate again to accomplish when it comes to your life purpose, when it comes to your transformation. We have a lot of work to do, but let's prioritize, okay? Thinking about a new financial beginning. It could be a financial investment. It could be a new job. You name it. It could be more than one thing. And feeling a bit secretive in the midst of that, in the midst of moving towards that, okay? Stay focused, but not over-focused to the point where it becomes unhealthy. I just feel as if there's going to be a level of celebration moving forward when it comes to travel. Some traveling and feeling as if there's just a reason to celebrate. But I also just feel as if there's a focus on simply doing what's right for Pisces, not what's right for other people, okay? I mean, it could benefit other people in your life in one way, shape, or form, say your family, for example. But I feel a very independent, to oneself kind of vibe about your energy. What else do we have for Pisces? We also have the World coming out. So I feel like there's a reminder in the next 48 hours that things are, again, transforming, changing. The fact that you're transforming on a soul level is just evidence in and of itself that your life is changing. Or just if you're changing so much, you can't expect your external reality to stay the same. It needs to adapt, or vice versa. Does that make sense? I just feel as if you're reminded how spiritually connected you truly are in the next 48 hours, and where you're feeling limited, trapped, and it just feels like you need to have patience, okay? In the midst of doing what you got to do, trying to get your work done with certain distractions, noise, complications, energy adjusting is needs to take place at certain points. But I really do feel as if you're learning more about your transformation, gaining knowledge, doing research when it comes to future travels, or just you could even be gaining clarification on past travels that didn't work out in your favor, or just didn't end up happening. Interesting. Let's pull a couple more for the ends here. We have the Six of Pentacles coming out for the Peace card, and I do feel like there's peaceful abundance to be acquired, reminding you that acquiring your abundance in more than one way on several different levels doesn't have to feel stressful. It doesn't have to feel overwhelming or chaotic. It can feel peaceful in the midst of all of which, and that's the right kind of abundance for you. That's the right kind of process or situation for you, okay? And I do feel like, bear with me, in the midst of struggling to speak at times, that was key wording, but I do feel as if you're meant to remember that the wheel is meant to turn for you in more than one way, all right? But I just feel as if, yeah, there's a focus on where you'll be the happiest, all right? What destinations as far as traveling goes, whether it's moving of residence or it's simply just going on a vacation, or, you know, visiting new cultures, where are you going to be the happiest? What's going to fulfill you, okay? And all the meanwhile, reminding oneself of what needs to be cut out in the process of doing so, okay? And you could, again, be getting clarification on past traveling situations that were cut out or prevented for the sake of your health or just your future. I feel like, yeah, there is a focus on your past to an extent, all right? So let's pull some charms. What do we have for Pisces? The Starfish and the Seahorse. So I feel like you're being pushed to express oneself, all right? Look up the spiritual meaning of a starfish. And I do feel like all the meanwhile, there's a focus on the past, again, the present, and the future. We'll put this here. Pull one for each one. What else do we have for Pisces? Yes, look at that. Steering the wheel of your own ship and realizing your destiny is greater than it's felt up until this point, or at certain points. And we have the Sun, all right? There's Sun talking about completion, talking about happiness, fulfillment, and your world changing all the meanwhile. Get some sunlight when you have the opportunity to do so, as I do feel like you need to have patience with certain, bugs, with certain annoyances once again, and with all you have to accomplish. but I do feel like you're blossoming through it all. All right. So I hope this reading was truly helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and of course subscribe if you haven't done so already. Go have yourself an amazing next 48 hours, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Pisces.